Welcome to Tech Brothers with Amir. In this video, we are going to learn about collector in PySpark. Collector retrieves the entire data frame or RDD data and bring it back to the driver node as a Python list. It is commonly used to get all the records from a data frame for local processing. So there is a warning, should be used with caution on large data sets because it collects everything to the driver memory, which can lead to the out of memory errors. So here is our example. We have this sample data, but as our data is very small, we are fine to use collect. But if you have a large data set, you want to use it with some caution and can create problems for you. Now here is a list of the columns. We have ID, name and salary for this data. That's our sample data, and we are creating a data frame called the DF. Here we use create data frame function and provide our sample data here, and then a column for our data frame. Now our data frame will be created. It's a very straightforward, and I'm displaying the results of this data frame. So see right here we have ID, name and salary, and we have 4 records. Now let's go to the next line and use the collect function. So see here we are collect all rows into a list. So here is the name of the list I have provided. So collected underscore data, and we are getting everything from the df. That's our data frame. So df.collect is going to collect everything into the Python list. So that name of the Python list is collected data. And once we have Python list, what we can do, we can use for loop to loop through each of the row and print that row. So that's what we are doing here. So we are saying for row in collected data, so in this list, and then we are printing. So let me go ahead and print this one and then show you how exactly it will look. So here is the collected data as a list rows. So you can see that we have row and the first row I have ID 1, name Amir Shehzad, then salary is 5,000, then the second row, third row and 4 row. So that's what it will do for us. Now if you want to access individual columns from collected data, you can do that as well. So here we are saying for row in collected data, that's our list, and then I'm saying print ID and then the value for that. So this is going to print ID, then the value for that one, a name, and then value for that. So it's kind of make a pair of key pair value type of thing is going to do for us in this printing. So you can also define it in such a way. So see right here I said ID is equal to, and then there was a value for ID, then we have a name, and then we have a Amir Shehzad and salary. You can also change, let's say if I want to say full name here, and that is so I can rerun, and the way I want to print is easy for me to print here. So now you see that I have ID, then full name is equal to this. So that's one way to present the data that you like to do, that you can always print in a way. Now if you like to access the first row, we can use the index 0. So here's our list. So that's our collected underscore data, and in the list if I will provide 0 here as the index, now what's going to happen is going to get us the first row, and we can print that row here. So this is one way to get the first row from the list. So you can see right there ID is equal to 1, name is equal to Amir, and that was our first row. Now if you want to access the first column of the first row, that's also doable, and you know that it is ID equal to 1. That's what the value should be. So in this case we have this variable here, and then we are saying collected data, and then we are providing the column, and then we are providing the row. So that's the index will get us the very first value in that column and that row. So that cell is going to be printed out. So let's go ahead and take a look, and here you can see that the first column value of first row is a 1. So if you can change if you want to say, like say you have a let's change to another value. Let's say if I want to have 1. So in this case what's going to happen is going to print the name. So that's your choice. By changing the index value, you can always go ahead and take a look from there. So this is actually the row, and this is the column. As we can see that once you will provide 2, now it's gonna start with we have salary in the third value here. So I can show you right there. Okay, so right there, yeah, it's gonna print 5,000. Okay, so this is the number for the column, and this is the number for the row. And if I want to change to like, hey, I want to do first row, and I want to do second row, in the it start with 0, so first row start with 0, in so, and if you want to do like 1, it means second row, and this I want to see the second column value. So in this case it's gonna print this value, Ali Raza. So it will do that. So you can play with this one a little bit and get familiar and see how exactly it works. Okay, so in the I'm saying, oh, so as I said that I have to do one. It will start with 0, so that was 0 is first value, and here is 0 index, and this is first index, and this is second index. So that's why it was printing 6,000. So I have to do this value 1. So that should do it. So now it is printing Ali Raza. Okay, now if you want to access the column by name, that's also possible. So here is a variable, and then we say collected data, and this is our row, and row 0 mean first row, and then I want to just get the name out of it, and that's possible. So it's going to print Amir Shehzad. So let's go ahead and execute, and now you can see that it is a print in Amir Shehzad. You can see the data here, see right there. This is our first row, and then this is the name column, so that's why, so we can give by name as well. So depending, you want to use index, or you can you give the column name as well, so that's possible. So now let's take a look when to use the collector. So when you are dealing with the small data sets that can fit into the driver memory, that's fine. You can use the collect at that time. Useful for debugging and inspecting the data locally, and good for converting Spark data frames to Python native objects for local processing. You see that we have converted, when you use the collector, it converted to the Python list. When we use the for loop and all those kind of things can be used. Not recommended for large data set because it brings all the data to the driver and it can cause a issue. So I thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. I will put this code in the description so you can use from there and test in your environment. I will see you guys in the next video.